Hello, welcome to Lazy Lima DIY, my little crafty corner of the YouTubes. Today is all about skincare. At the close of this video, we will have count them, three different skincare products that would be great as a Mother's Day gift or a gift for yourself. Our projects are: one, a green tea balm, which is right there, a green tea scrub, and let's hope I don't spill this out all over the place, but yeah, see, you can see. It smells really yummy too. The last one is a nighttime facial oil. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. A green tea nighttime facial oil. So can you guess our theme? I don't know. Was it too subtle? Well, it's green tea if you didn't guess. Green tea is great for fighting free radicals, and those are the pesky little buggers that help you age faster than you want to. So none of us is getting any younger, so let's get to cracking. Our green tea infused coconut oil, 2 ingredients, green tea and coconut oil. A half a cup of loose green tea and a cup of coconut oil. So we have our improvised double boiler set up. I don't really have a double boiler. This is actually a steamer, so it has holes in the bottom. So I've lined some foil around it and I've put in a stainless steel. You want to make sure you use stainless steel. Other types of metal may react with your cosmetics. So now we're just going to measure out our tea. So that's about a half a cup. It's 21 tea bags. So that's quite a bit. But we're just going to dump that in there. So there we go. Simmer on a low heat for 1 hour. Now, because it's cold in our place right now, I'm going to go ahead and strain this now. Giving this a good press, making sure I get all the oil. So here's our oil. You can see it's definitely green. And there's a little bit of sediment there at the bottom, and I think that's fine. I've put the grounds that were left in another jar to let cool, and we're going to use that in our scrub. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our facial oil. For everything that we're making today, we're going to have our base, and I have a little container here for melting that in the microwave. I have a bottle with a roll top and a lid. That's from Amazon. Adding jojoba oil from Trader Joe's and rosehip oil from Amazon to keep my coconut from going solid. Other thing that I'm going to put in my facial oil is a couple of drops of carrot seed oil. I've gotten it from Amazon. It's from Eden's Garden. Add about 2 tablespoons of your oil base to a microwave safe dish. If your base is a little solid, nuke it in about 10-second bursts, no longer, and don't walk away. I'm serious. I'm going to take my bottle here and I'm going to use just a dropper full of the rosehip oil. Now I'm going to add like maybe 5 drops of carrot seed. Wasted. Help get that into the bottle. I have these little pipettes, again with Amazon, and we're just going to start putting the oil in here. When I get halfway full, I'm going to put in a little jojoba oil. I always have trouble with this coming out. So I filled it. It was about halfway full, and I filled it to here with jojoba. Now I'm just going to continue to pipe in my green tea. So there is our facial oil. And we make this in a small batch because it doesn't take that much to use it every night. So we don't want it to go rancid on us because there's no preservative. If you would like to add a bit of preservative, you can add a couple of gel caps of vitamin E. For the second item, we're going to be making a salt and sugar scrub. What I have here are the solids that were strained. This is the green tea. And dump this in our bowl. That was a mess. And I don't know how much this is. This was a cupful of green tea, so about that much. And we're going to add about a half a cup of salt. We're going to add some essential oils. What I would like to add to it is some tangerine oil, because I think that just smells really good with the green tea. So that's about 6 drops. Like I said, this is kind of this green tea, it smells very woodsy. And so you just kind of, if you're not crazy about that scent, go ahead and scent it. And it blends well with a lot of citrus, I think. So there is that. I just add the cheapest. I'm not trying to break the bank on a very basic scrub. That's probably about half a cup. And we might add more once we get our oil in here. That is how that looks. To this, I'm going to add grapeseed oil. I like using grapeseed oil for beauty products. I normally might use olive, but I really think the 2 scents would fight each other. And again, unless you're giving these away, you don't want to make a really large batch because you don't want it to go off before you get a chance to use it all. You did all this work, so. Alternately, you could keep it in the refrigerator. So I'm just going to the consistency of a scrub that I like. So you'll notice there are no measurements here. Test it by rubbing it on the back of your hand, checking it out. This is still a little crumbly than I would like. I'm going to go with more tangerine fragrance or essential oil. I'm actually putting quite a bit. And a little more oil. And you can see it's kind of lumping together. And I can tell that that's going to be it. But there is your scrub. We are just going to spoon it into a nice pink jar here. Yes, I am using a glass jar. Oops. Now these would make perfect Mother's Day gifts. There we go. And we're just going to put the lid on. For our balm, take our base, and we're going to add about a half a cup of beeswax. You can see I just sort of got an improvised water bath here with my Pyrex and just put it in a little plastic thing of water. What I have is this little M&M's container with the glass lid. So I'm probably going to expand the boundaries of this tin with my almost cup full of liquid. Helps make that into more of a spreadable mix. We're going to take some raw African shea butter. While this is melting down, I'm going to start to add my shea butter. I don't know if I want to add much. I couldn't really find a ratio recipe that was going to for sure give me the consistency that I wanted. Now, the beeswax melts pretty slowly. So after the first couple of tries with it in the water bath and the microwave, just remove the Pyrex and just keep heating the water and it will eventually melt. And just, this is pretty good. You can't really see any solids in it anymore. There's just a couple of pieces, and we're just going to continue to stir. You can see that that is completely liquefied. So now we're going to take our almost solid mix here, and it's okay that there are some solids left in that squeeze through the sieve. I think that's going to be fine. It's going to look more earthy that way. That's just the two ingredients, the green tea and the coconut oil, and it's had time to set up overnight. Oops. When I add my melted beeswax and shea butter, which is still crazy hot, so let's just add that. It's going to melt my coconut oil back down to a liquid. We're going to take a clean spoon and we're going to put it in the freezer. So this way it'll tell us if this is the right consistency, so we don't have to melt it down again and add some more shea or beeswax or whatever. So, and we're going to talk about scenting options. What I have here are tangerine and then vanilla forest, and these are from brambleberry.com. And they are fragrance oils. They are not essential oils. Those are the scenting options that I'm going to use. But if you're making this as a gift and you don't have these, or you're, in a hurry, you can always use perfume samples. And all you would do is just spritz that into your mix. And as before, you can still use essential oils. And we're going to start to add our fragrance, but before we do that, is that going to fall? Before we do that, we're going to get our cold spoon. Check for the setting upness. So you can see that is pretty solid. And as I run my hand across it, the heat of my hand melts it. So we're going to start to add our fragrance. This one is Vanilla Forest. It smells a little perfumey, so this one will be like the bottom note. Oops. So I gave 2 good squirts there. And let's see. Because of, depending on the brand of tea you're using, green tea that you used, you're going to need to kind of keep sniffing it, because it's hard to tell when enough's enough. And this is a full pipette full of the tangerine. And we're going to do 1 and 2. Remember, you can always add more fragrance, but it's hard to take it out. So now we're just going to set this in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes. Okay, here is my salve just out of the refrigerator. It's starting to solidify nicely. So we're just going to give this a nice gentle sort of mixing. I realized after I put this in the refrigerator that I wasn't really making a butter, I'm making a salve. So I don't really want to whip a lot of air into this. We're just going to give this a nice pour into our sterilized dish. And when I do this, It's to kind of flatten it and also let the air bubbles out. So those were pretty simple, weren't they? I hope you use them. I hope you try them. I hope you like them. I've done very minimal packaging because I always figure, you know, especially like on a scrub, it's probably going to go in the shower, and anything you put on top or on the front, it's going to be taken off. So I've put here on a ribbon and a little tag, I've put what it is, and then on the back I've put how to use it, which is basically apply to body in the shower and rub in with a circular motion and rinse. You also might want to include that there's salt in here and not to use if you have any open cuts. So, and then for the green tea, this is just a piece of washi tape, and I wrote what's in it across the front. These two are actually going to be gifts. This one is for me. I don't know. I feel weird giving somebody like a facial oil and going, hey, it's for aging and happy birthday. And then put the tag on here and taped around it so that I know what it is, because, and I made sure that the tape went all the way around, because sometimes the oil gets down the side of the bottle and gets on the label, and then the writing is obscured and you can't see what it is. That's not good. I'm not doing anything, nothing at all. Well, that ending was a little abrupt. Sorry.